Hello guys, this is Vysh. So the Hindu editorial for July 5 Friday we are going to discuss, and 5 important articles are there. Please watch till the end, and all of them are mains potential questions also. Okay, so I will show you the questions itself which we have made out of today's articles. So the first question, if you see, stability in Myanmar is the collective interest of the neighborhood. Justify or comment, elaborate, something they'll ask. So this will be a GS2 mains question, international relation, and this very detailed article has come today. We will discuss. Then the ambitious goal of eradicating wild type poliovirus type 1, that is WP1 PV1 by 2026 appears to have become tougher. Okay, so this is a WHO statement itself. So this one you have to elaborate or elucidate or explain. So this will come under your GS3 or GS1. Okay, and then India should be following the mantra of go higher, go wider, go deeper. This is in context of the climate leadership which India is supposed to take up now with the new government coming up. So that is why this is also a very detailed article given, and we will discuss today. Then computer literacy in India needs a reboot. Okay, so elaborate on this. So this all are there in today's Hindu. So imagine daily if you read Hindu, how much knowledge you will be getting. These things most of the coaching class won't tell you. They will again tell you read this PT365 or this other small notes, yellow notes, topper notes, and WhatsApp group, Telegram groups and all. Those things are not going to help you in exam. You have to daily read the Hindu yourself or listen to some teacher who is explaining the Hindu properly for you. Okay, there are hundreds of YouTube channels doing this, but some are in Hindi, some are in regional languages, or if it's in English also, they are focusing on this grammar, vocabulary and all those nonsense, which is of no use to UPSC students. Okay, that is why we do this initiative, and I want you to pay attention. Okay, because of my little health issues and throat problems and all, that is why this series is going not on the date basis. Today is I think July 15th and we are doing July 5th episode, but by the month end I will try to catch up. Okay, and then from August 1 onwards, maybe we will do August 1, 2, 3, that day's editorial we will do that day itself. Okay, but every day please watch it. Okay, I have seen the viewership going down all the time, and that will do only bad to you. We are anyway doing it for free. You are the one who are going to lose it. Okay, so try to learn this seriously. So now we will see the Hindu newspaper and see where all these articles have come. One is a US President court case, which we don't need to discuss. Then here computer literacy I told we will discuss. India's 5-year climate agenda we will discuss. Polio virus we will discuss. And India-Myanmar, a detailed opinion column has come. That also we will discuss. Okay, like what are the changes there. Then here a Lok Sabha session is there. That also a little bit I will show you, because the new parliament building it is, and there the session is happening for the first time. So that is why that we will see a little bit of information, what are the changes compared to the older one. So 5 important articles, and this will be the lengthiest also of this week. So I will try to teach you more things, but please stay in touch in WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp number is given here. I want you on my WhatsApp because I put a lot of messages there which will help you shape your preparation well. Okay, and these bags we have already shipped this week or next week. Many of the students across India, almost every state of India, we are shipping at least one student bag. So you will be seeing the unboxing videos also soon when the students gets it. Okay, and there's a WhatsApp channel also. If I'll add you, you will be able to see my daily messages. For that you have to again WhatsApp me in the same number. Okay, and the first thing you have to do is watch Vysh IAS foundation video, which will help you in the right mode of preparation. Okay, so first we'll discuss polio virus. Okay, so we know this polio is a thing of a past in India because we have already eliminated it, but in the full world there are 2 countries. Okay, one is obviously our neighbor, which is a useless country, I will tell, Pakistan, and then there is Afghanistan. These 2 countries, even now the polio virus cases are there. Children are getting paralyzed, they are dying, and these 2 countries are, Afghanistan anyway is under Taliban rule. Pakistan, who claims to be equal to India or is like thinking that they are very great and they will develop and all, they couldn't even eliminate a polio virus thing, which is eliminated across the world. Okay, 80 to 90% population in the world are living polio free, but Pakistan, every year including 2023, 6 or 7 cases have come and it is spreading. So that is now a concern now, and people fear, WHO fear, that now polio will spread across borders and then everybody will be again have to start working on polio elimination. Okay, so that fear is there, and that is why this article has come. So first I will tell you some theory part of this polio for your GS3 paper. So this is not there in the Hindu. So polio is a crippling and potentially deadly virus infectious disease, and there are 3 types of it. Okay, meaning 3 strains of virus. Like we had COVID, alpha, beta, gamma, delta and all like that. We have 3 types of strains of polio virus, that is WP1, P2, PV1, PV2 and PV3. And all this, when it is affecting you or child, it is going to create that same paralysis or death. But still genetically, or you can tell the virological differences are there in the microscope. When you look, the three are different, and so individually you have to eradicate it, okay, because all the three causes the same problem only, but those three we have to find and eliminate, which India has already done. So it will transmit through the contaminated food and water to children, and mostly affect the children below the age of 5. And once the virus enters the body of the child, it multiplies inside the intestine, and then it causes the nervous system to break down. That is how paralysis happen, okay. And some children will not have any symptoms, won't fall sick, it will be minor symptoms also, maybe slight fever, but finally you will see that the arms, legs, everything starts getting stiff, or pain will be there, and there will be permanent loss of muscle function, which is paralysis. So there is no cure for this, but we can do immunization. That is why children, when they are born in India, also in every country, they take the polio, the vaccination, okay. And like that, there are many other vaccinations also which we take. I will show you certain things. So vaccine for polio, there is oral vaccine, the drop which we give in the mouth of the child, or there is injectable polio vaccine also. So we are doing it 100% in India, and then institutionally itself, when the child is born, that time itself in the starting they are giving the doses as per these many weeks, and then injectable is there. You know, in India we have something called universal immunization program. So we usually take this diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, DPT vaccination, and along with that there is a additional dose of injectable polio vaccine also, okay. And India, you know, last case we had of polio is in 2011, and after you have the last case, 3 more years WHO will do your monitoring. After that they give you something called polio free certification. So in 2014 we got this after 3 years after our last case. And then India have this the world has the global polio eradication initiative also. It was launched in 1988, and national governments, everybody coordinate, and because of which I told you 80% of the world's population is now living in polio free region. But Afghanistan, Pakistan, it is still not eliminated. That is the news article today. Before that I am teaching you the theory, okay. So here this many prevention happened, and then vitamin A is also important to be given to the child when you are under this polio vaccine administration. So these are all static part, okay. Extra few more points, because the latest UPSC papers are asking very illogical factual dates and numbers. So that also we will cover. World Polio Day is observed every year on 24th October, and then Pulse Polio program in India was there, which started to give the oral vaccine. 100% coverage we have done. Then the UIP also, extra information. First we had something called Expanded Program of Immunization, EPI. Then we made it UIP in 1985, and then it takes care of everything: rapid immunization, giving proper quality services, then cold chain system to keep these vaccines, then district-wise administration, self-sufficiency in vaccine production, everything is taken care in UIP. Then, you know, Modi government came and made it even more faster by making it a Indradhanush scheme, where more diseases based vaccines were included, mandatory for every child, and that has now many, I think 8 to 14 or 15 diseases. Vaccine is mandatory for every child in India. So in 2019 it was Indradhanush 2.0 was launched, and after that every year 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, like that it is going on. You try to find out which is the latest one, okay. 2024 now, which is the latest Indradhanush version, where again more changes or something like rural areas are covered or some extra villages are covered, like that. Every time a new revised version comes, check now in 2024 which version is running, okay. So this is the static part. Now in the newspaper today, it is telling this Pakistan's cases, it is not a great sign, okay. It is still not able to eliminate this WP1, and so 2026, which we thought that we can worldwide make it 100% free, looks tougher, okay. This is the question also which I showed you in the starting. So it's endemic now only to Pakistan and Afghanistan. 2023 itself 6 cases were there, and if you see 20 cases in 2022, and then again these numbers you don't by heart, but just understand that lot of cases are there. And other than the cases, when they look for viruses in the environment itself, samples they are taking from the mud or the different environmental features, you are seeing 125 positive samples are there in 28 districts in Pakistan. So this range is surely going to cross over when people travel and all, and then it is going to reach other places also. So these gene cluster YB3A, this and all is related to the polio only in Pakistan. So here by June 1 this year, there has been 153 such positive environmental samples in 39 districts. So if you see, it's increasing month on month, year on year. So WHO is telling these important cities like Karachi, Quetta, Peshawar, Khyber or Kandahar in Afghanistan, all these places are like historical reservoirs of this virus, and so it is a significant significant risk which is it giving to the world itself. Okay, and also the campaign, polio campaign, all is a scam there. It doesn't happen simply for showing in papers. They will show that everybody are vaccinated, but everybody is not getting vaccinated. Fake things are happening. Just like in voting, these people stand in queue and create problems in their countries. Here also the vaccination also is in the same process. Okay, so there's a heightened risk of the virus striking any unvaccinated or not fully vaccinated children, and so it will spread. Okay, so this is the overall article, and so this large pool of people, unvaccinated people, is going to create a problem, and it will create a problem to the world. Okay, now the second article, the climate agenda, India's 5-year climate agenda. So here if you see, the government changed now, Modi government again third time has come. So we have to design a new 5-year climate agenda for the country, and so we are telling that we should have we should be the voice of the global south. Okay, we have already been, the government has been already been, but we have to make it more like a sustainable way. We have to fight for this, and climate finance, which is very important, that finance also has to come, and then only climate justice will happen over the last 5 years. Okay, so India has shown significant climate intent and progress on many fronts. It moved from being a hesitant participant to becoming a bold leader. Okay, because earlier we were just a member in all the groups, but now we are leading many of the groups. So that only in 2-3 steps the author is telling what all we should do or what we have done. So first, we have laid foundation of many global institutions which we earlier never used to do. We have made International Solar Alliance with France. We have made this Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure Group. We have recently made in the G20 the Global Biofuel Alliance, and then a Green Development Pact under G20. All these things we are doing first time. Then we did like something called the target revision. That is, by 2070 we will achieve net zero target, meaning how much ever we emit, that much itself we will control also through afforestation or many other programs. Okay, so NDC is also there, which is nationally determined contribution. That is because you are part of the Paris Agreement. Every year or every this many years you have to give a target that we will achieve this many things. So in the latest NDC also we have given such ambitious target that India is now leading from the front. So third one is again sustainably linked domestic economic policies are no longer on the margin, meaning it's not longer like a tiny thing or a small thing and all. We have clear-cut policies for the next 30-40 years and all. This Indian emission carbon trading scheme and all we are proposing. So we are now on point. We are now in the path to lead, okay, the world in climate justice. So in the next 5 years, the government must accelerate and show the world that thing. This is the main question I asked you, that we have to have a mantra of go higher, go wider, go deeper. And now for that again bullet points I am giving you. Okay, so go higher means sooner or later we have to not just be an active member, we have to start hosting these summit. If you see COP summit, which happens, the UNFCCC climate conference, which happens every year, we have never hosted it. So by 2028, we are planning this. Okay, if you see like even Olympics, we are planning, we are building in Gujarat a very big Olympic city, world-class city. So we are trying to be the world leader, which showing that we can even host these kind of events. The entire world should come to India. Okay, so that is also one thing which we are doing, and that is the go higher. Okay, we have to be at the highest position. We have to have the investment which we are doing in oil and all, that has to divert to investment in renewable energy. So for that we have to take this 4-5 years, because it will take that much time to build such a consensus on these issues. Okay, and then everyone will come together, everyone will come to India, and India should continue doubling down on the narrative of equity in international finances. Okay, so international things, if you see, people always tell money shortage, technology shortage. So all these things, India should be a leader. We should go higher and we should try to fulfill it for the global south. This is the point number 1. Now we will see go wider and go deeper. So go wider means India has to adopt a strong, communicate sectoral emission reduction target and go beyond the power sector. Always we tell in the power sector we will do this thing, this much energy, this much electricity. We are telling only power sector. We have to go to maybe other sectors like the private space or the mobility space, that is the transport sector. There are many other sectors which we have to show like, okay, here we will do, in schools we will do, in airports we will do, in every place we will try to do something climate related. Okay, so that is called widening your scope or widening the sector. Now I told you NDC, for the new NDC for 2035, that is 2025 to 35, what you will do, that NDC we have to submit it next year. So that time also it's an opportunity for us to show a wider agenda than telling just this net emission by 2070 or power sector. That is not enough. A wider thing should be there in our new NDC is the new suggestion. Then deeper. Deeper means we should again involve the state governments also, subnational climate action, the state, the panchayat level. That level we should do instead of giving only national level target. So we have this Council on Energy, Environment and Water, CEEW. This is working across many states in India, and they are also working for energy modeling and long-term climate things. So we have already collaborated with Tamil Nadu, Bihar and all for their transition towards a net zero future. This should continue and this should be more deeper, and with every state the union government should work out such plans. Okay, so the climate agenda, as I told, the funding also, 16th Finance Commission is now the latest one, which is telling how much fund will go from the center to the state based on the tax devolution. So there also climate related funding should be there, proper reporting, measurement, verification, everything at the state level should be done, and there should be a federal structure where always these two are going in hand and never fight with each other. Okay, so that is also something, and you should see to it that you should coordinate instead of controlling them. Okay, the autonomy of the state should be protected, and this is only possible if we go beyond states individually trying to understand and respond to the climate crisis, because every state has a different problem. There can be flood issue in some state, there can be heat wave in some state, there can be tree forest cover problem, so mangrove problem. So based on that you have to work, and this is how India on the international table has to show its power and tell that we are at the highest seat and we will be taking care of it. Okay, so this is the second article. Now third article, India's computer literacy needs a reboot. This is the main question I asked you. So again, we know computers, especially now artificial intelligence, ChatGPT coming up, if you are not skilled, you cannot blame a government or a company or a private sector that we don't have jobs. You have to be skilled. You have to take up training. You have to take up courses if you want to go to IT sector or any particular job. Okay, because computer knowledge is like, it's a minimum thing. Same like you have 10th standard degree or 12th standard or a degree or whatever. Knowing computer is the most essential thing in today's world. So if you need a good job, in a very reputed job, I'm telling, else you are doing very like normal primary activity jobs of agriculture, farming, construction, all these things, you don't, maybe it is lesser, but there also technology, using smartphones, everything you need to know. So computer literacy in India, they're just giving a lot of facts and numbers here, because COVID-19 time, we saw the importance of having a app and everything. Okay, even the vaccine certificate, everything digitally it came. So Digital India campaign 2015 we started officially, and then it is empowering the youth, it is teaching people things. Then critical services like banking, healthcare and everywhere, digital it has become. The payment also now, I don't remember the last time I went to an ATM to take cash. I don't remember when I went to pay the electricity bill myself. Everything we are doing digitally, everything through our phone we are doing. Okay, so that is why you have to increase this literacy level, because now it is there in youth and adult. Okay, but it has to be in the older age people also, because they are, even our parents will be hesitant now to use a Google Pay or a Phone Pay or anything. Even they don't use much debit card, credit card also. So that is why these things, okay, to the older people, and also the in the rural areas where underprivileged people are there, they also, we should train them and then bridge the digital divide which we have. Okay, so recently the NSS 78th round of multiple indicator survey, okay, this came out, which is telling how much people have, how much computer literacy. So full numbers are there, you can just note it down. So 24% among individuals aged 15 years and above, they are computer literate. It is a raise compared to 2017 when we had only 18%. Okay, and rural areas from 11% it increased to 18%. In urban areas it increased from 34% to 39%. Okay, and then same like this, people who have like significant disadvantage, like I told in rural India, their government should try to increase this public services through digital technology and teach them. Okay, nobody should be left excluded, and everybody should be learning, so that the proportion of computer literate individuals will increase in every age group in India. Okay, in every age group. We know, as I told, that age factor also I told, which I'll come to it in a certain point, but before that there is again numbers. Okay, 20 to 25 years if you take, it is peak, okay, the digital thing, and it's the lowest point in the age of 65 to 69. Only 4% people are computer literate. And then among the young age cohorts, computer literacy has not reached 50%. So this cohort is actually a term which we often use, like something called generation gap we tell. Okay, generation gap, generational effect. You can see here cohort effect or generation effect. In social science, that is a term. Okay, so that is like we tell, like there is a generation gap. You like maybe father, mother, grandfather, they don't understand what you are doing, or maybe your next generation will understand more things than you know. So that is how there is a cohort effect. So that we have to try to reduce and try to make everybody literate. The speed of computer technology is increasing day by day, so the literacy also has to increase. increase day by day. Okay, then again here the age group and also the state wise also given. If you see, Kerala has 72% this thing literacy in the computer, but in Assam it is 17.6%. Then economically disadvantaged states, again they have listed like UP, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Bihar, Rajasthan. There all it is less than 25%. So this and all has to come in tandem. Everybody should be like equally growing 50%, 60%, 70%. That is why economically backward states has to be taken care more in this era of modern development. Okay, only then the divide we can fix, else it will widen. Okay, this is the point of computer literacy in the states. So India's we are telling that many schools, colleges, everything we have started introducing infrastructure and all, but still we lack in many areas of technology also, infrastructure also, and qualified teachers also to teach this. That is why we have to close these gaps. Maybe the new education policy has to come out, and the curriculum should close all these problems which is like stopping people from getting computer education. Okay, and then there is a lack of motivation also among the older age group, because they feel like these are all very like scam kind of thing, or maybe my money will go away, because they all believe in physical cash and physical these things and all. So that way everything they should be like, even booking air tickets or train tickets, everything you should do digitally instead of going and standing in queue. So these things as a climax they are telling, if you learn, it will lead to job prospect, social isolation, financial exclusion, these problems whichever we have. Okay, all these things will get recovered if you are learning computer. Okay, in this era of AI, artificial intelligence, you have to be not only familiar with computer, but also you have to be little more skilled, because complex tasks and all can be solved with computers and programs. Okay, so now certain international reports and state level we will see. OECD, we already know there is something called PISA exam which they conduct, in which India usually performs very bad. It's a mathematics related exam. So that type they have something for computers also, the program for the International Assessment of Adult Competencies, PIAAC. This, if UPSC asks, you should know it is done by OECD. Okay, so here also they are telling there is a connection between the employment rate and the computer knowledge which you have. So like that, different report, 2017 study, do computer skill affect worker employment? That also they are telling there is a thing. If you do computer knowledge, your employability or worker productivity will enhance. Okay, then there are in South Africa, there is an investigation, again a positive correlation between computer literacy, employment profitability and earnings. Then again, if you see, same thing. Okay, these are all again repetition of the same thing as a conclusion they are writing: digital gap, generation gap, professional development. So hope you got the idea. In your mains answer also, you should quote these exact report with the date, the year, the numbers you have to give. Then I am telling you, your mains answer will get better marks than the other people who did not quote all these things. Okay, this all is there in the Hindu, but unfortunately many students don't know the value of Hindu and they still believe in coaching notes. Okay, so here Lok Sabha session I told you. Lok Sabha, this is the new, like that, that triangle shape it is now, triangle parliament. Earlier it was that circular one, about which prelims question has come already. Now recently, because of the last year incident of this, some people came with smoke bomb and all, we are introducing the security personnel to be CISF now. Okay, CISF, we know it is our, who takes care of all our infrastructure, airports, everywhere, the frisking. You will see military uniform kind of people everywhere in airports and important buildings. That is CISF. Now they are given the charge of new parliament building because of this unfortunate incident which happened. So that related some points are there. 18th Lok Sabha started, CISF took charge. They are the ones, same like guarding airport. They are going to do the airport style frisking to allow anybody's entry, and entry will be restricted, because earlier any MP could give any free passes for people to come and visit and all. Now everything will be very strict, and also this time more than half the members are first timers elected people. Okay, so again they will maybe give passes to people and all, that and all has been avoided. So like that, and then the behavior of the opposition, that some things they are telling, meaning whoever is in opposition will keep shouting when the Prime Minister is speaking. Okay, when Congress was in power, BJP was shouting. Now BJP is in power, Congress is shouting. So that related some points are there, which is not very important for you. And then after that, one more slide, that is the old parliament building will now be called Samvidhan Sabha, Samvidhan Sadan. Okay, because Samvidhan means constitution. That old building only is the place where the assembly drafted the constitution, debated on it and gave us our constitution. So that is called Samvidhan Sadan from now. Then they have also changed some statues, push and all. There is a Mahatma Gandhi statue in which always these people stand and protest in the old parliament. That statue itself has been shifted to the new area in the Prerna Sthal, where already Ambedkar statue and all is there. So now that is some physical changes which happened. And then there used to be a procedure where the parliamentary affairs minister, he will give a briefing to the reporters, journalists and all inside the parliament. Now because of safety and also all these things, after COVID, after the pandemic, they have restricted that also, the number of reporters who can enter the parliament. Okay, for that there will be a separate press gallery kind of thing, but because it's a new building, they are still working on all those things, and that is why anybody cannot get special passes. There will be number of passes limited, like a quota, like annually this much passes only can be given out, only this many journalists or a very famous journalist will be allowed. So like that, many changes have happened in the new parliament. Now the last and very important article, India-Myanmar. Okay, so India-Myanmar, Thailand, roadway and all, it's still like, it's not complete, it's still going on. The map is important. Make a note of all these locations which you see on the map. So there what is happening in Myanmar, it is kind of military rule. Okay, military janata, which we call military rule. That is, the president is put in jail and military has took over. But then in the last few years, 1 year, 2 years, you are seeing there will be resistance from the people. So they have an ethnic armed force group now, which is the PDF, that is the People's Defense Force. They have now first time captured from the military almost 45% under their control. Okay, so it's now like 50-50, right? 50 is like with the military, 50 is with this ethnic group. So now India always have been trying to either talk with the president who is now in jail or talk with the Janta, military Janta. Now this third person has come, third ethnic group. Should India be rethinking our policy? Should we start talking with this EAO, that is ethnic armed force group? That is the thing which author is trying to tell. And it is important for two reasons. One reason, whenever Myanmar there is an issue, border problem comes and we also has to take in a lot of refugees and all. So it is directly affecting India. That is one reason. Second reason is this EAO, they are supported by China. So if China is getting more friendly with them and if tomorrow they come into power, then Myanmar will not be a friendly nation with us. So we have to equally balance what China is helping, we also should do. Okay, that is the second reason. So now here if you see, this PDF group, they have taken control of all the trading route like India-Myanmar, Myanmar-China, Thailand-Myanmar, everything. So EAA has become powerful. That author is telling, do they deserve to be recognized by state actors? Like same like we are now kind of recognizing Taliban in Afghanistan. Should we start recognizing this EAO and start talking with them? Okay, so here a lot of points about India's traditional policies with Myanmar and things are given. So we used to, as I told, military junta and democratic forces, we used to talk. Now we have to start talking to other people also. The military has not been able to impose its will now in the recent times, and people have rebelled against the military. So that is the reason India's fundamental objective in Myanmar is to develop bilateral relationship in all domains and make sure Myanmar plays a useful role in our Act East policy which we have. Okay, we used to have that Look East policy. Now it has become Act East policy, and Myanmar is a very important part of that. So that is why we have to have a balance between how India and China is influencing in Myanmar. Okay, and situation, it's very difficult. Half the control is with military, half the control is with this PDF. So we have to discuss with national level experts and scholars, and also talk with the neighbors, Thailand, Bangladesh, Laos and all, and even to China if required. And we have to stabilize, because the stability in Myanmar is the collective interest of the neighborhood. This is the main question, practice question I gave you in the starting. Okay, so how can we get started? The first method is do the thing which you are best at. Give them humanitarian assistance. Okay, start giving, because those people who are living there, they lack like water, sanitary napkin, anesthesia. Many people are injured and they need surgery, medical facilities, and India is best in all these things. So we should try to give all these things, and also we should try to contact like Northeast, Delhi, everything should coordinate with each other and offer this humanitarian assistance so much that they will feel like India is better than China. Okay, so that in the past we have done that, and so that is why our democratic movement all has been successful, and already we had allowed many of their like National League for Democracy, National Unity Government, they all have started opening offices in Delhi long back itself. We should try to see that. We should provide this assistance and try to not intervene too much in their political affairs and all, but be with the people of Myanmar. Okay, then we can negotiate better with their military rulers also, military junta, and then we can come out of this complicated situation, and we can show that India is the best partner for them. Okay, so traditionally I told you we have a mutual interest. This is the capital city of Myanmar. And then Bangladeshi Prime Minister, okay, Sheikh Hasina, she has also told there is an international plan by some countries to create a Christian state in Myanmar. Okay, so it's a kind of balkanization, meaning you are breaking away from it. That's not a good thing. And also Thailand had started something called Track 1.5 dialogue, also the Track 2 dialogue. All these things, which is called the Bangkok process, India should actively involve in it, and India should try to be a solution provider rather than trying to dominate them. Okay, so in Facebook, everywhere you will see that there is an idea of a cookie state also. Okay, in this thing, Manipur. Okay, if you take, we have already seen the cookie, Methi, Nagas, they all have problem. So this cookie state which they are planning, they have some areas from Myanmar also. So that is why it is directly affecting India, directly affecting Bangladesh. That is why we have to come together. We have to control all the routes, which is like connecting these two, I'm telling the rebel issues. And then we can stop this balkanization if it is happening. Okay, so that is one area of dialogue where Bangladesh, India, Thailand, everybody can come together and we can have some achieve some reconciliation, and armed forces and PDFs and civil society, they may not resist if they see that actually India is standing with the people, if actually India is standing with the safety of the country. Okay, this is the overall article, and then the dialogue, federal structures are all same. Okay, in the conclusion they are telling the same thing only: avoid any bigger calamity in the borders, and then we have invested over 2 decades to solve these issues and we should continue this. Okay, so level, everything, this is same. Okay, we have concluded this article. I'm just showing you how the Hindu has written it. So you have to take this traditional thing of India-Myanmar, currently what is going on, who are the players and the state actors, what all India can do, the solution, everything is given. You just need to write the same thing in the limited number of words and you will get the perfect marks. Okay, you will be the highest topper in mains if you start reading Hindu, especially the way I am bulleting and giving you. In Hindu, you know, it comes simply random. I bullet it and give you with underlines and headlines and all. So it makes it easier for you. Please watch every day. Please put comments every day, because if I don't see seriousness from you people, in spite of this health condition, me doing this will become a waste of effort. Okay, so please WhatsApp me. Please join our test series also. 328-day timetable is going on. Many students are joining. Current affair programs are also there. Free lectures are also there. For everything, you have to contact me on WhatsApp. Okay, so WhatsApp is the place where I guide you further. So thank you and have a nice day.